There are times in our data where we want to replace one value with another value. Imagine, for example, that a person has chosen to change their name or been replaced by another person. So we want to replace all instances of one name with another name. Or we want to replace a company name with a new company name. Or perhaps there's a spelling mistake and we need to replace all instances of the spelling mistake with a correct instance of the spelling. There's a table here called Sales 2019 or 2021. So that's a table or a query I want to work with. And I particularly want to work with the brand column. So I'm going to click on the column heading brand. Now, as far as replacing values, you can do this on the Home tab using the Replace Values button here. But you've also got on the Transform tab a Replace Values option there. So using either button, I'm going to click and this window comes up. So the first thing it says is the value to find, and I want to find a full stop space datum. So there is a space in front of the D, and I want to replace that with Acme Limited. And I think your case is important because that is exactly what it's going to replace it with, is a capital Acme, a lowercase Limited with the exception of the L. And so if I go OK, I should expect to see all A datums in the brand column change to Acme Limited. So that's a really quick way of replacing one value with another value. Now, let's have a look at the brand drop down. We should see a single instance of each brand. And we do, with the exception of Fabricam and Litwear. Now, the reason for this is you'll probably find that some people have typed Fabricam and some people have typed Fabricam space. So I need to get rid of all instances of Fabricam space and Litwear space. So let me cancel this. I've selected the column. I'll go replace values and I'll start with Fabricam space is to be replaced with Fabricam no space. When I go OK and then I go and hit the drop down on brand, I can see that I've still got instances of Fabricam. So let me try that one more time. I might find that I've got some of them with more than one instance of one space. So I'll go replace values, bring this into view, replace Fabricam space with Fabricam no space. And OK. Now let's have a look. And now I see I've only have one instance of Fabricam. So some people, especially if this came from a spreadsheet, some people have typed in the spreadsheet column Fabricam space, some people have typed Fabricam space, and some people have typed Fabricam with no space. And really I had to get rid of all the ones with spaces after them. And I'm going to do the exact same with Litwear. I'm going to replace values, bring this into view, say that Litwear space is to be replaced with Litwear no space, and OK. Just double check with my drop down and I can see there's now only one instance of Litwear. So that's another example of replacing one value with another. Really, really helpful. Now sometimes you'll notice when you bring data into Power Query that also some of your data comes through as null. You'll see, for example, if I look at this column here, Sale 2019, I've got instances of null, which really should just be blank. So I'm going to click on Sales 2019 and I'm going to go replace values and bring this into view. And it says find what? And so I'll say replace null with 0 because that will affect my averages and things like that. So I'll go OK. And every instance of null in that column has now been replaced with 0. I would need to do the same with the last two columns. So this time I'm going to click 2020, Sale 2020, hold the Control Shift key and click Sale 2021 and replace values and simply replace null with 0 in both columns and OK. And so that will help with my calculations. By having correct data like this, I'll be able to do calculations easily where it won't give me errors trying to add up nulls.